Kristen Russell knew that her stepfather, Dave, gave up a lot to marry her mom. Years ago, he had to say goodbye to his prized 1973 Porsche 914 convertible in order to have enough money for the wedding. Although Dave never regretted his choice, he always missed his beloved car. It had been with him through many of his best memories, and he never thought he'd see it again. So after some research and planning, Kristen devised the perfect way to show her stepfather just how much his decision meant to her, and his reaction just might make you cry. Sometimes in life, you have to make sacrifices. That often means giving up something you care about to make way for other important things. But that doesn't mean you forget about what you've given up. Kristen Russell knew that her stepfather, Dave, sold his beloved 1973 Porsche 914 so he could afford to marry her mother. So, one year on Father's Day, she decided to surprise him with something very special. Her stepdad loved his Porsche. It was the first car he'd ever owned, and it had been with him through countless experiences. It was his most prized possession, and before he met Kristen's mother, he had no intention of ever getting rid of it. He even saved up all his money so he could restore it. However, he fell deeply in love with Kristen's mom. He asked for her hand in marriage shortly after they started to date. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough money to afford a wedding, so he decided to sell his prized vehicle. He sold it to a local garage where it sat for many months untouched. Finally, the day came where the garage owner decided to gut the entire thing and use it for parts. It was an emotional event for Dave. After all, the car was an essential part of his youth. Dave had been such a special part of Kristen's life that she decided to try to locate an identical version of the 1973 Porsche and surprise him with it on Father's Day one year. She scoured the internet for nearly 2 years until she finally found one in Arizona. Kristen lived all the way in California, but she hopped in her car and drove to the garage that supposedly had the Porsche. When she finally arrived, to her disbelief, an identical version of Dave's car was waiting for her. She was ecstatic at her find. After purchasing the vehicle from its owner, she had it transported across the United States to Philadelphia where her parents lived. She had it delivered to a local mechanic's shop to ensure that it was in pristine condition. The car spent a few days in the shop. The mechanics fine-tuned every aspect of the engine and made sure that the car ran smoothly. Kristen picked it up when all was done and headed to her parents' house to unveil the big surprise. When she got there, she went inside to greet her stepdad and give him a Father's Day card. They chatted for a little bit, and then she told him she had one more gift. So, she took his hand and led him out to the driveway. It's truly incredible that Kristen spent so much time and energy making this special surprise happen. Watch the touching video below to see how Dave reacts when he realizes what Kristen did for him. Get the tissues ready.